Here I see that my pattern from term to term is that I am subtracting 3 each time. So if I follow that pattern, -1 minus 3 is -4, and -4 minus 3 is -7, and -7 minus 3 is -10. The common difference is the number that I'm adding to get to the next term, and the number I'm adding is -3. So my common difference here is -3. For the recursive function, we can write it in words. The term that I'm looking for now is the previous term, and then -3. We can also write this using our function notation. If I'm looking for the nth term, I look at the term before that, f of n minus 1, and then I subtract 3. And with every recursive function, I need to give a starting value and say f of 1, the first term, is, in our case, 11. Now to find the explicit function, I'm going to create a table of values. We'll call it n and f of n. So n is the term number, 1, 2, 3, 4. I start with 1 here because it says that the first number is n equals 1. And then the first term is 11. And the second term is 8. And the third term is 5, and then 2, and so on. And then we're looking for a way to write our function. And so we're going to go back to the pattern that we know exists, and we're going to write these numbers using that pattern. So 8 I got by doing 11 minus 3. And 5 I got by doing that previous one, 8, which we wrote as 11 minus 3, and then minus another 3. And then 2 we get by taking that previous one again and subtracting 3. And then we can write this in a condensed form. We see that these 3's, we can write this in a slightly condensed form because if I repeat addition or subtraction, I can write that as multiplication. So I can write this as 11 and then minus 3 times 3. This one up here, I can write this as 11 minus 3 times 2. Okay, because I've got 2 3's that I'm subtracting. And here I can write this as 11 minus 3 times 1, just so I can see it matching that pattern. And of course that first one was 11 minus 3 times 0. So now I see this pattern emerging, and I want to write the formula, so ... For the nth term, I look at what these all have in common. Well, they all have an 11, and then we're subtracting 3 times some number. Now that is the thing that's changing, so that's going to be an expression with the variable in it, n. And we see that the number that's multiplying by is 1 less than n. So here when n was 4, it was 3. And when n was 3, it was 2. And when n was 2, it was 1, and so on. And so that means that if I have n, the number will be n minus 1. And so that there is my expression for the nth term. So if I want to write my explicit equation, that is f of n is equal to 11 minus 3 times n minus 1. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it in this form. You are welcome to distribute the -3 into the parentheses and then combine some like terms, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this.